Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talking Habs. This is my review for that fantastic game last night. Montreal Canadiens taking on the Edmonton Oilers in Montreal. And it didn't start out like a great game, but it sure as hell ended like a great game. Just kind of epic. This is a game that will go down in history for Habs history because of the way it ended, with Mark Stahl getting his first Habs goal in his first Habs game. And if I'm correct, what do I got here? First in Habs history to do that, to score in overtime in his Habs debut. So it is kind of history setting, and it was great to see, and it was just a fantastic game. So all of you Habs fans who gave up on them in that first period, and I told you, be patient, I was right, and it paid off. And they never gave up. They weren't down on themselves, and they came back in the third period, and they came back to win. And this was a great game to watch. Just because great games, great Hab games aren't only when they win by 4 or 5 goals. This was a really great game in that they faced adversity in the score, and then Brendan Gallagher's injury, Carey Price fighting an injury, and they managed to pull it out in overtime. And in overtime, that's their first overtime win as well. You could say, well, they won in the shootout, but that's the shootout. This is their first actual overtime win in 6 tries. So that's another monkey off their back. Phew. Gone. So this was a really good game. I've got all the stats. I've got some news. I got the medical updates. So if you're wondering why I've taken so long to put this video out, I've got the medical updates for Gallagher, Carey Price, Joel Armia, and they called up Caden Primo. I'm going to tell you all about that in just a second. Before we get to that, if you're a Habs fan like I am and you want to see more videos like this, previews, reviews, live casts, and all kinds of Habs videos, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That's down there. That's going to get your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge. Right here, Talking Habs. Let's get to it. So, it was a 3-2 Montreal Canadiens victory over the Edmonton Oilers in overtime. They managed, again, Game 5. 5 games they played against Edmonton. McDavid and Draisaitl pretty much off the board. They were off the board this game, and I believe McDavid's got, 2 points in the 5 games? Draisaitl 1. If they can manage to keep doing that against Edmonton, that's how you beat them. And Montreal's doing that right now. So let's get to the updates. Brendan Gallagher, as you see, if you can read that, I have a Gallagher out till playoffs. Fractured right thumb, opens up cap space. Now, some of that is true and some of that is actually unknown. I just got an update like 10 minutes before coming here to film. Gallagher does seem to have a fractured thumb. Whether it's broken or fractured, I'm not 100% sure. We don't know a timeline. The timeline is actually not known. He will be meeting with doctors. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, and they will determine the length of time that he'll be out and exactly what to do and all that. So we'll be getting an update hopefully later today or tomorrow about Brendan Gallagher. So, but it looks like he'll be out to the playoffs. When you consider playoffs are only 5-6 weeks away, and is going to give him just enough time to heal and be ready, hopefully, for then. So that's what you can expect, that he's going to be out till the playoffs. Carey Price not making the trip to Toronto. Carey Price will not be in nets tomorrow against the Maple Leafs. I'm going to call him Jeff Allen. Jake Allen will be in nets, and it looks like potentially he'll be in nets for Tuesday's game and Thursday's game. Tuesday, right? No, Wednesday's game, excuse me. Wednesday and Friday. I should get my timeline right. It's just that they've been playing Tuesday and Thursday. Now it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday for the next few weeks. Okay, so on Wednesday, it'll be Jake Allen in nets, and it looks like he'll be in nets on Friday. Now, does that mean then he'll play again the back-to-back because they're playing Friday, Saturday? So that's unknown. It doesn't seem to be a serious thing. I'll read you what was said by Dominic Ducharme in his press conference today. Just the gist of it. Price is day-to-day. So he's day-to-day right now with a lower body injury. He's had this for a while, and it was aggravated last night. He might miss Thursday's game versus Winnipeg as well, and maybe beyond, I don't know. It is clear, if you watch, there's one incident, and Ducharme says it's not from any particular incident in the game last night, but there is one incident where he's on his knees, I think it's Darnell Nurse is in there, and his stick is in between his legs under one of and the leg that was clearly bothering him. And Carey Price throws his head back, obviously in pain. And from that point on, you could see, I asked a few times in my live cast, Carey Price doesn't look right, his leg, he's favoring that leg, and he was. Did that stop him from making some fantastic saves? No, it didn't. But it did cause him to give up that second goal. I believe that injury in the leg caused him to not be set and maybe not fully concentrated to make that save, because he should have made that save, that Darnell Nurse goal. He was clear, no screen, clear to the shooter, and that one went past him. And that was just after making an incredible double stack pad save. Although I do believe the save was off the paddle of his stick, but he double stacked the pads, had the paddle up there, and just an incredible save. And like literally 10, 20 seconds later, he gave up that power play goal. And I'm pretty sure it's a directly because of that knee. I think it's either a knee, because where the stick was, it looks like it's his knee, or a groin. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but no confirmation on that. So he'll be out for a little while. He's staying in Montreal for treatments. Fingers crossed, we don't need to lose Carey Price. So Caden Primo was called up to the taxi squad, but tomorrow night's game, Lindgren will be the backup. So don't expect to see Primo in. They have to have 3 goalies on their roster, either on their regular roster or at least one on the taxi squad. So they called up Primo. And remember, Laval is in they probably have a day off. He wasn't going to play. And they're playing all out of the Bell Center. So they're all together. It's just a paper move. And but Primo's been called up. So whether he'll get a chance, I don't know. Maybe Saturday's game. I mean, maybe they go with Primo. I don't know if Price is still out. So that's the medical updates. No, there's one more. Yoel Armia has been cleared from his quarantine, but he is in rough shape apparently. And this is what was said. Armia needs, and this is a quote, considerable amount of conditioning before he's ready. So you got to imagine, if he's recovering from this, Armia may not come back even before the end of the regular season if he continues to have problems after, which has happened to a lot of people who have had COVID, especially after these new variants. So Armia, anybody expecting him back right away? No, it's not happening. He's going to need to condition. He'll probably even have to go and play with Laval a couple of games. Well, they can't put him down. For conditioning, I think you can actually. You don't have to clear waivers. So you got to figure it's going to be a while yet for Armia. So that's the medical updates. If you were part of the broadcast last night, my live cast, there's no winner for the Guess the Score contest. Nobody picked Devon Shore, so that didn't happen. Devon Shore got the first goal. Lines at practice today because of the Gallagher being out, and Armia not being able to come in right away. There's a line change. There's actually 2, but this is the big one. Gallagher always plays with Tatar and Deneau. It's still going to be Tatar and Deneau, but KK is going to take the wing on that. So KK on the wing it looks like the second line in practice. So it's going to be, I believe, the Suzuki line as the first line. I don't have all the lines, sorry. But the Deneau line is going to be the second line. That's from practice, and KK is going to be on the wing. Now, anybody worried, we're going to ruin him like they did to Galchenyuk? KK is quite happy about it, is really looking forward to the opportunity to show what he's got with these guys and being on a top line like that. And he says he played a lot of right wing in Finland, and right wing is nothing new to him, and he'll be just fine. So I don't think there's anything to worry about, and I'm interested to see what that line does. Jake Evans will be also brought back in, 4th line C. Byron and Lehkonen on his wings. That's what's in practice today. So there you go. That's the updates on all that stuff. Let's get into the game. So the game started out, I thought Montreal had the better of the play in the first period. I really did. I thought they took it to Edmonton more. They kind of had Edmonton looking like the other games that we've played, not the one we lost, 3-0, but the other ones where they had them on their heels and they were out, they were forechecking and out skating them and all that. That's how the game started out to my point of view. And it looked like this could be a good game for them. They're going to not, what everybody was worried about, McDavid and Draisaitl having enough and not scoring. And they're going to just come out gangbusters and beat them, because I believe we beat them the last game, right? So there you go. So a little bit of a revenge. That's not what happened. But First period, back to like last year where they gave up a goal in the last minute of the period. At 19:39 of the first period, Devon Shore, I think his name is, gets his third goal from Kara, I think that's how you pronounce that. And this was, you can't blame Price here. This was 3 defensive mistakes. Did I write it down? 3 defensive errors by Edmondson, losing a puck battle, Weber, and Drouin too, by literally watching Kara, his pass go right through the crease basically, or through the slot where they're both standing there watching. So Weber let the puck get past him without doing anything, like he didn't react. And Drouin was pretty much the guy that should have been covering. Well, one of those two should have covered Shore and, try to lift his stick, something. That didn't happen, and yeah, it kind of left him open. And Price having to slide across, we all know he probably already had a problem with his leg or his knee or his groin, whatever it was. So I don't blame Price on that goal. Next one. That's one you can maybe, second period, again, last minute, this time at 19:49. This time it's also a power play goal. There was a slashing call. I don't remember who, on Mete or on Stahl, one of those guys had a slashing call, and that's what led to the penalty. To the power play. Nurse gets his 13th goal from Draisaitl and Puljujarvi, so Draisaitl gets his second assist. So I take that back. He's got 2 assists, and McDavid's got 2 assists so far against Montreal. This is one Montreal Price should have had. He's all alone, not all alone, but he's facing the shooter, no screens in front of him, and Darnell takes a slap shot from the top of the circle, and really, he should have had that. And I'm wondering if the double stack pad save didn't sort of, he's in a little bit of pain, and he wasn't able to get set, or maybe it was hurting him as he's getting down there, and your concentration isn't there, and he just missed it. So he should have had it, and it's his fault, but I'm wondering if there isn't something there. But okay, so he gave up one bad one, and one you can't fault him on. Third period. Now, at this point, everybody not everybody, but all the negative ninnies, as you want to call it, whatever that saying is, they were all on how we're going to lose, how horrible it is, blah, 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 blah. And I and a few other people in the room saying, listen, it's not over yet. There's still a lot of hockey. Even though it's 20 minutes left, there's still a lot of hockey. They still have the opportunity. And boom, they don't waste a lot of time. At 1:45 into the third, this is a beautiful pass by Perry. Perry gets a pass from Suzuki, I believe, from sort of like rings it around. Anyways, from the half wall somewhere like that, or in the corner, Perry behind the net. And he comes outside of the net, and he finds Anderson right at the crease. And it's a beautiful pass to him. Anderson doesn't waste not a second, and it's in the net. Anderson's 14th. And that is from Perry and Suzuki. And then, what is that? Less than 4 minutes later, I don't remember to set up on this one, but Thomas Tatar from on the right side of the slot just snipes one. On who passed it to? From, Byron. I don't know what the two were doing on the ice together. I guess after... I think Gallagher was injured by then, but he just snipes one, beautiful rocket into past Smith, ties it up. It's 2-2. They came all the way back, and it's looking good. Still a lot of hockey left, and they get their chances. So does Edmonton, and it goes to overtime, and we're just dreading the overtime, right? But everyone's expecting, watch, Stahl's going to do it, and he does. They managed to play well in overtime. They really did. The pace was good. There were chances both sides, although Edmonton only got the one shot on Price, but Montreal got 3, and one of them went in. And this one was Stahl. Who did he get it from? Toffoli, Petrie, and Stahl. So, passing the puck around. Anyway, Stahl gets the puck right at the line, crosses over, and as he gets to the circle, he just risks a beauty to the far side, just squeezed it past Smith for the winner. And, you can't get a better scenario than that, right? His first game as a Hab, first game back after quarantine, and he gets the game winner in overtime. I mean, you can't script it better. So it ends like that. Price was 21 of 23 for a .913 save percentage. Smith was 29 of 32 for a .906 save percentage. Shots on goal, 32 to 23 for Montreal. This is where they killed it. Face-off percentage. They've turned it around. I don't know if this is officially you can say they've turned it around, but I think 5 out of the last 6 games, they have won on the face-offs. And here they killed it. 2 games in a row now, 65% to 35%. The other day was 41 to 59. I mean, they're getting it. Stahl was, what did I read? 11 of 14, something like that. And yeah, Suzuki's got it. KK's still good on the faceoffs. They've turned it around. So it was so bad in the beginning that overall faceoff percentage number that I give in the previews is going to creep up there, but it'll get there, but it's going to take its time because they were so bad at the beginning of the season. Okay, enough babbling about that. Power plays, 1 for 4 for Edmonton and 0 for 2 for Montreal. And they were even on the hits, 28 apiece. Stars of the game, these aren't the official. I think the official were Perry, Anderson, and Weber. Mine are Carey Price, 3rd star. I think he deserves it. He made some really good saves. And considering that he was not 100% healthy, you got to take that into account. He only gave up the 1 bad goal, kept them in the game with some really spectacular saves. There were 3 or 4 of them during the game. So Carey Price gets the 3rd star. Josh Anderson with his normal game. He's a beast out there. He's aggressive. He's physical. He's fast. And he can score. So Anderson gets the goal, and how can you not give it to Stahl for the overtime winner? His first game. I mean, perfect fit right now so far. It's his first in Habs history to score in overtime in his debut. I'm giving an honorable mention today, and no, there's no stinkers of the game today. My honorable mention is to that 4th line before the Gallagher injury. 4th line of gotta look. Byron, KK, and Lehkonen. In the first period, they got so many chances. They were flying out there. They looked really great offensively, especially for a 4th line. So, yeah, they're going to get an honorable mention from me for that. Let's see. Last-minute goals against, while they were distressing, they didn't really hurt them tonight. Let's hope we don't go back to that, though, because that you can't let that happen very often, or, it's going to hurt you. Like I said, the 3 defensive errors led to the first goal. Price's injury probably caused that second one, and this was a great character game. Come back in the 3rd, holding off McDavid and Draisaitl, and first win in OT in 6 tries. So it was a really good character game in that they never gave up, they kept trying, and they turned the tide, and that's what a character game's all about. Victor Mete had a very strong game, I thought. He was strong on breaking out of the zone, even carrying it all the way into the other zone, but breakouts and exits, which, if you look at his advanced stats, I believe that's something he's always been good at. He was good in the defensive zone, too, and he was making pinch-ins that were timely and worked and helped to keep the puck in the zone and stuff like that. So Victor Mete, who brings a totally different look to those big guys that are on that defense. And I've said it many times that could be a big asset, and it's turning out to be one now that he's getting some playing time. So he gives you a totally different look. He's a puck carrier. He's fast. And, he can carry the puck out of the zone into the other zone. It's a totally different look than you're getting from most of the other guys on the defense. So I think that it's starting to show. Mete had a strong game, and you know what? He could be very valuable going down the stretch here and into the playoffs. So, all right, so that's it. Next game is tomorrow night, Wednesday night in Toronto. It is a little bit later of a start. In Toronto, they start, I believe, at 7:30, so it's a 7:30 start. I'll be on the air at 7:05 for the live cast. Hopefully, you'll see you there, and if you want to be on and ask a question, all the details will be should I give you the details now? You have to have a microphone, a camera, a headset, and you have to have Firefox or Chrome. And if you have those things, send me an email, and I will send you a link during the game that you can be able to come on to the show. So, hopefully you guys keep it clean and nice and not, you know what I mean. Awesome. So that's it. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I think I could stop babbling now. And if you have any comments about this game, about the injuries, or anything like that in the comment section, do not leave a guess for the score for the next game. There will be a preview for that. So don't do that here. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That'll give you get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here talking Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay safe out there, and peace out, y'all. See you next video. Bye, everybody.